Hey y'all, I'm Ashley and this is Ashley's Closet. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. So today I'm going to be doing a perfume collection. I'm not going to go into details like, specific notes, this or that, or try to, give you in-depth details of what it smells like. I'm good at picking out notes in perfumes, but as far as actually describing them goes, I'm not any good at. So anyways, I just wanted to go through this rather quickly because I do have a lot of them. So let's just go ahead and get into it. The first one that I'm going to start with is probably the most indifferent one in comparison to what I do have, and that is going to be Angel by Thierry Mugler. This one is not a floral. Most of what I have is floral. This is not. This is considered a gourmand. There's a lot of chocolate, vanilla, food flavors in it. I only wear this in the fall and winter. It's a very heavy, very saturated, permeating perfume. And so therefore I feel like because of where I live in the United States, in the deep south, if I put this on in 90 to 100 degree weather, you would smell me coming a mile away. So I do reserve this one for fall and winter. Also, before I forget, my older ones are the ones that I'm not in like rotation with. I do keep in the refrigerator. I read in a magazine years back that if you will keep your fragrances in the refrigerator, that it helps keep the chemistry of them, and it has worked for me. So I'm not saying it'll work for you, but it has worked for me. Okay, so Angel by Thierry Mugler. The next one is one that I bought from the Gap outlet. It's Gap Blue, and I bought it more for nostalgic reasons. I would consider this to be more of a citrusy floral. It's not one that I wear a lot. I just every once in a while. I wore this in high school 20 years ago, so it's really more just to smell every once in a while. Another good one that's great for summertime when it's hot outside is going to be Amazing Grace by Philosophy. Now, this is the Eau de Toilette version. They also make the Eau de Parfum version, which smells strikingly similar to this, just a little heavier. If I did repurchase, it would probably be the Eau de Parfum version. And but it's a very clean, very just clean. It smells like you just got out of the shower. Next is one that I've had for years. I've probably had this for 8 years or so now. It's Pretty by Elizabeth Arden, and that's exactly what it is. It is pretty. It is a floral, just a true floral, and this to me smells like springtime. I've got a few of them that just reek of spring, and this is one of them. Another old one, and when I say old, I'm talking I was in college when I bought it, is Dazzling Silver, and this is by Estee Lauder. I would consider it, this one's starting to sour a little bit, even though I've had it in the fridge for years. I would consider it a floral, but it is a heavy floral, and that I would probably wear this one at nighttime. I don't think they make that one anymore either. All right, another one that I love for spring and summer is Marc Jacobs Daisy. This is the original Daisy, the very first one that they came out with, I think. And it's a florally, it's not, ironically to me, I don't consider it like a real flowery floral. In that when I smell it, I don't think of spring solely. I think of spring and summer when I think of this one. Another one that's good for spring and summer is going to be Chloe. This is just the regular Chloe. And I don't know. This is the Eau de Parfum, not the Eau de Toilette, just the regular Eau de Parfum. This one is definitely a floral, but this is a clean floral in that it's got the floral notes to it, but it also smells like you just got out of the shower. Almost a soapy smell to it. All right. And this is a fall and winter. This is going to be Estee Lauder Sensuous. This is just the original plain Sensuous. Most of what I gravitate towards are going to be spring summer fragrances, like majority florals. This one is very warm. It's very inviting. It's very comforting. When I smell this, it just makes me feel like home. Like I'm at home, I'm safe, I am warm and happy, and I'm wrapped in a big cozy sweater. I definitely reserve this for fall and winter only, as it's not to me a spring and summer fragrance. But I mean, I'm not saying that, oh, you can't wear this and this, or yo, you don't need to wear that then, or whatever. Wear what you want when you want. But me personally, I've got designated fragrances for spring and summer, and I've got designated fragrances for fall and winter, and this is probably my top fall and winter fragrance. I actually had forgot about this. I have had it for years. I bought this probably in our second year of marriage, and this December will be 12 years we've been married, so I've had this for a long time. And I mean, I'm gonna have to buy a new one. Rarely do I like a fragrance enough that I go back and go through one bottle and then go back and buy a second, and this is one that I will. I'd forgotten up until this past winter how much of a great fragrance this one is. This would be one of my top fall and winter fragrances for sure, and I will definitely rebuy it. All right, Clinique Happy and Bloom. This is one that I have bought over and over again over the years. Now, this specific bottle I have had for 5 or 6 years now. It's been in the refrigerator, and I don't remember if this is the second or if this is the third bottle that I've bought. I've only started wearing it since Jacob and I got married, my husband. But as you can see, it is spring and summer. In fact, this to me, after spring, I normally don't even wear this one, because this one it reeks, like I said, it reeks of spring. It really does, which is funny because I don't like their other fragrances. I don't like Clinique Happy, the original. It's too citrusy for me. Happy Heart is kind of a happy medium between the Happy and the Happy and Bloom, but Happy and Bloom is my favorite. All right, this would be considered a niche fragrance, is Trish McEvoy No. 3, Snowdrops and Crystal Flowers. I have had this for years, several years. I've had this since before Jacob and I got married. So I've had this for probably 15 years, and I don't wear it a lot at this point. It's really more for me just to smell for nostalgic reasons, but it reminds me of college. One of my good friends, Buffy, introduced me to Trish McEvoy No. 3, and so it reminds me of college, and it reminds me of Buffy, who I'm still in contact with. Okay, one of my newer ones I got this past winter is going to be Coach Signature, I think is what it's called. It just says Coach. It's definitely a floral. This is a heavier floral, one I would reserve for nighttime. This is the Eau de Toilette. I smelled the Eau de Parfum of it, and it was more of a warm, inviting fragrance, and so I did stick with the Eau de Toilette. In line with Coach is another Coach Signature. I bought this one in probably 2010 or so. I've had it for years. This one is a floral, but it's more of a green. You can smell a lot of greenery in it. But it's very light, and it's a very nice fragrance. I obviously won't be able to buy it again, so that's why I've only used a quarter of it, because I do just use it sporadically throughout the season. It's a good one for spring or summer, in my opinion. The next one to me is Straight Summer, in that it reminds me of his outlet stores. When you walk into his outlet, this is what you're smelling, is Michael Kors. This is a white flower fragrance, in that you can smell heavy tuberose, gardenia in it. If you're a perfume connoisseur, then like there are white flower fragrances, there are the green fragrances and whatnot. This is a white flower. I do kind of feel like either with those you love them or you hate them. I love this one. It smells like a Michael Kors outlet. That's what you're smelling. It's a good one. Summertime, all day for me. Summertime for this one. I got it for Christmas. All right, this is Magnolia Eau de Parfum by Elizabeth W. of San Francisco. I bought this one at my dad's fiance's shop in Humboldt, Texas, right outside of Houston, where she works. And this must be, I'm not really familiar with this brand, so I'm assuming it's just one of those little niche boutique brands that you would find in little boutiques across the nation. And it smells just like Magnolia. Little backstory with this one. The reason I bought it is because if you've watched my previous, not the previous video, but the video before that, I introduced my Louis Vuitton collection, and I'd said that my Louis Vuitton Speedy I had bought when we went to San Francisco for my 33rd birthday. We did 2 nights in San Francisco, 2 nights in Sonoma County, which is wine country, in the little town of Healdsburg, California. And we rented a house. It was just the 4 of us, Jacob, me, Daddy, and Barbara. And just like with the hotel, the owner of the house left little miniature soaps, shampoos, conditioners, and body lotions. Well, the body lotion that she left, and they were all in the shape of a wine bottle. They were adorable. I've still got a couple of them. The body lotion smelled just like this. So this fragrance reminds me of that trip. So I picked this up just for nostalgic reasons again. Just like with anybody else, you smell a fragrance and it literally, it takes you back to that time. And sometimes it's just a really good trip to take. All right, next is an older one. I've had this one for probably 8 years or so. This is Live in Love by Oscar de la Renta. It's definitely a floral. It's a fancy floral. I would say like church, weddings, dinner out is what I wear this for. All right, another one that I have that is definitely a niche fragrance is going to be Bond number 9, and this is Astor Place. It's a floral, a heavier floral, but not a flowery floral, if that makes any sense. Their perfume is very expensive, $200 to $400 a bottle. This is the only Bond bottle that I have. Another one that I will one day get is Perfumista Avenue. It smells divine. But these are very niche fragrances, and I know that a lot of people don't just have $200 to $400 to spend on a bottle of perfume. So that's why it's my only one. But they are great, and their fragrances smell like nothing else on the market. Okay, another niche brand is Jo Malone, J-O, she's a female, is her lines, again, they smell like nothing else on the market. Her fragrances are very earthy, very organic, very just, I don't know, they smell very organic and not synthetic, very authentic, I guess is what I'm trying to say. These are the only 2 that I have. This is English Pear and Freesia. This is one, I'm sorry y'all, my allergies, my nose is driving me crazy. Smells just like that. You can really smell the juicy pear in this one, and I reserved this one for summertime solely. And for it to be a niche brand, these bottles, the smaller bottles, I think run $60 or so. So, I mean, you can try it, relatively inexpensive. The other one that I have is Peony and Blush Suede, and I reserved this one for fall and winter. It is definitely a floral, but it is a warm floral, and again, her perfumes smell like nothing else on the market. All right, another old one. I remember we were living in our very first house when I bought this one, so this one's like 12 years old. Is Heavenly Bloom by the Dream Angels collection from Victoria's Secret. This is another floral, but it's a green floral, so it's not a real flowery floral. One of my newer ones that I picked up last summer is Clinique My Happy Peony Picnic, and this one smells just like that. I just pick up the peony and I pick up rose in it. And I've read a lot of reviews of people saying that these don't last long. I don't know if they're an Eau de Toilette or an Eau de Parfum. The writing's too small and I don't have my readers. But this one, for whatever reason, I just spritz it on lightly and it does stay with me throughout the day. It sits nicely on the skin. I've noticed when I wear it just, sporadically throughout the day, I'll get a light whiff of myself, not overpowering or overbearing, just the perfect whiff. And this is one that I will be rebuying. All right, so now we are going to be down to my last 5, and these are all like travel sized. The first one is Versace Bright Crystal Absolute. This is a floral, but it is a clean floral, has a soapy quality to it. It's a heavier version of this one, which is the Versace Bright Crystal. And this is the Eau de Toilette. This is the Eau de Toilette, this is the Eau de Parfum. Now, this one is definitely heavier. This one to me is a little more florally and soapy, and this one is a little more florally fruity soapy. So I prefer this one, the regular pink Bright Crystal. This is the pink bottle, not the yellow. And then this is the Absolute. They're both great. I would rebuy this one. All right, another one that I would rebuy is Walk on Air by Kate Spade, New York. This is a flowery floral. This one reeks of spring. Smells like a flower. All right, Gucci Bloom. This is a new one that I got back in the winter in December. This one is a white fragrance. You can smell the gardenia, very heavy in this one. And lastly is Elizabeth and James White Nirvana, or Nirvana White. I think that they have since discontinued this one. This one I would also consider to be a white flower fragrance. And when I say white flowers, I can't remember if I went into this or not. I'm talking about gardenia, tuberose, those types of flowers that are white. Now, honeysuckle, I think, can be white or yellow, but it is considered a white flower fragrance. And so anyway, but this one I do reserve for fall and winter. I know a lot of people like it for spring and summer. I think I just keep it for fall and winter because that's the time of the year that I bought it. So anyways, that is it. That's all of my fragrances. If you have any questions about any of them, more specific than the details that I went into, let me know in the comments below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time in Ashley's Closet. Y'all have a good evening, stay healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye now.